Just about everyone in the media is calling the New York Times report on Donald Trump's taxes a bombshell. I'm not sure that it is a bombshell. For example, the New York Times company paid no taxes in 2014. That's what companies do. Now, it certainly is dominating the media, and for Trump's official surrogates and spinners like Chris Christie, like Rudy Giuliani, to go on the Sunday shows and say that this shows he's a genius, well, that's just a little over the top. It's not a great story for Donald Trump. I'm not sure it is such a damaging story for Donald Trump. Remember what the New York Times is saying based on a 20-year-old tax return, 3 pages of it to be precise, where he was shown, his company was shown, having taken nearly $1 billion in losses as a write-off, is that Trump could have then used those losses to not pay any taxes for a total of 18 years. We don't know that for a fact. Let's say it's true. The Trump campaign isn't denying it. That's perfectly legal. And if you're running a company and it's legal, it's not even a stretch for you to take a big tax rate and reduce your taxes. That's what companies do. That's what the New York Times company did. Now, there's another part of this that a lot of people reacting to this are pointing out in the media, and that is, well, Donald Trump lost nearly $1 billion in 1995. Well, I guess I thought he was a great businessman. Well, he was going through a rough time. The casinos that he owned in Atlantic City, that market was in something of a tailspin. There were other investments, including the airline he bought, that were giving him problems. But I think most people look at it and say, look, you know, businesses have their ups and downs. Trump went through this rough period. He still built a successful global brand. And as a lot of people, including me, have pointed out, it's illegal to publish somebody's tax returns without their permission. But I think the Times probably gets off the hook legally because it didn't do anything to seek this out. These arrived anonymously in the mail. Somebody broke the law in the process, clearly, but not necessarily the New York Times. But it comes at the end of a week in which Trump didn't have the greatest debate at Hofstra, spent 5 days, or I would say wasted 5 days, getting into a television and Twitter war with Alicia Machado, the former Miss Universe. I don't think that did anything to help his campaign. And then over the weekend, Trump said something at a rally that a lot of people have seized upon, that Hillary Clinton hasn't been loyal to Bill, rather than talking about Bill's sexual misconduct. There's no evidence of that. So Trump really needs to sort of get back on his game. Yesterday he did a speech on cybersecurity. Stop with the, to deflect the tax story, to blunt a little bit of momentum that Hillary Clinton has in the polls. But probably most important of all, after the Saturday Night Live skit in which Alec Baldwin portrayed him, to get back on track for the second debate next Sunday in St. Louis. We'll be there for that Sunday debate, and write his campaign. Now, so you have a combination of stories. Some of them are the media going negative on Donald Trump. There's this new AP story about him making sexual remarks about women during his years at The Apprentice, when he wasn't thinking he was going to be running for president. And then you have Donald Trump's own words, which often create controversies. Sometimes he likes that, sometimes they boomerang on him. But I think the path is clear now. We're running out of time in this election. Hillary Clinton, who had a pretty good debate, even according to most conservatives, is enjoying the upside right now. Donald Trump needs to change the storyline and to remind people, those who liked him and those who were considering him, why they like and considering him. And it doesn't have to do with Miss Universe or taxes. It has to do with the economy and terrorism and other issues that most Americans really care about.